Hey everybody, Roy Williams here again, bringing you the good news of good health. And boy, am I ever glad you're watching this video today, because I'm going to tell you why I personally would never take a cholesterol-lowering drug. That's what this one's all about. You know, they're pushing cholesterol drugs on everybody right now. As a matter of fact, in Europe, they're actually talking about putting it in chewing gum and giving it to students when they get to school every day. That is an insanity, and when you hear what I've got to tell you today, you'll understand why. Now, I'm not telling you what to do medically. I'm not a medical doctor. I don't claim to be. I'm not going to give you medical advice. I'm simply telling you what I would do if I were you. I would not ever, under any circumstance, take a cholesterol-lowering drug, and there's a lot of reasons why, and I'm going to go over with you today. Although it's a very short video, you're going to learn a whole lot. First of all, let's talk about how cholesterol-lowering drugs work. They're called statins. I don't care if it's Lipitor, Zocor, Crestor, Prevacor, you name it. If it's a cholesterol-lowering drug, it's in the statin family. Why would I not take them? Well, any of them. Look them up. Whatever brand it is, go to the physician's desk reference and look it up. The number one thing that a cholesterol-lowering drug does to your body is it gives you muscle-wasting disease. Now, I want you to think about that. It's going to make the muscles of your body weaker. We know for a fact that cholesterol-lowering drugs, statin drugs, rob your body of CoQ10. CoQ10 is necessary for all muscle function in the human body. So it gives you muscle wasting disease. You know, people come to me all the time and they say, Roy, I'm tired all the time. My legs ache and hurt. I hurt across my shoulders. And I look at them and say, really? How long have you been on a cholesterol drug? And they go, well, how'd you know I was on a cholesterol drug? I said, well, you got muscle wasting disease. Look it up in the physician's desk reference. I can't make this stuff up. Now, I want you to think about this. You've got so-called cholesterol problems that could cause heart disease. So they're giving you a heart disease drug that, well, I say giving it to you, they're charging you for it, aren't they? Or your insurance company. Anyway, so what do? They put you on a cholesterol-lowering drug that's going to give you muscle-wasting disease. Now, let me ask you a question. What is your heart? Is it not the most important muscle in your body? You know, when that sucker stops beating, you're in trouble. So they're giving you a drug that weakens your heart. Don't make a lick of sense to me, but you got to make your own decisions. One reason I wouldn't take a cholesterol-lowering drug is it gives you muscle-wasting disease. The second reason I wouldn't take one is the way the drug works. You see, statin drugs, when they prescribe that to you, then you got to go in every 90 days or so and get a blood test. They're going to draw blood and they're going to check it. Why are they doing that? I'll tell you why. The way a cholesterol-lowering drug works is it slowly poisons your liver, making it sicker and sicker so it can't produce as much cholesterol. Now, let me explain that. You see, you don't necessarily get cholesterol from what you eat. No, 76% of the cholesterol that's in your body comes from your liver's production of cholesterol. Now, why does your liver produce so much cholesterol? It's an absolute essential nutrient. Every soft cell tissue in your body is absolutely dependent on cholesterol for survival. Did you know the myelin in your brain? The brain is 76% cholesterol by weight. Now, think that through. Your liver produces 76% of the cholesterol in your body. Your brain is 76% cholesterol by weight. I'll come back to that. This is going to all come together like a puzzle. Just listen to me. So it gives you muscle wasting disease. The drug also poisons your liver. Remember I told you the definition of prescription? Permission to poison. If it weren't toxic, you would not have to have a doctor sign off on it. It's poison. If you take too much, it could kill you. Well, cholesterol-lowering drugs are no different. They poison your liver. So you have to go in every 90 days and check your blood. And if your liver enzymes are out of balance, they immediately take you off that drug. Now, wait a minute. Doc, you told me I couldn't stop this drug just any time and for no reason. I couldn't stop it. I've got to come to you to stop it. Yet now you're going to stop it immediately. Yeah, but your liver enzymes are out of balance. It's killing your liver. We got to stop that. That don't even make sense, does it? That's how they do it. Trust me, you can stop a cholesterol drug, in my opinion, anytime you want, and there's absolutely no negative side effects to stop it. So a lot of side effects to take it. Remember, number one is muscle wasting disease. Number two, it poisons your liver, making it sicker and sicker so it can't produce as much cholesterol. So next time you go to the doctor, they draw blood again 90 days later, and what do? They look at you and go, oh, look, we've lowered your cholesterol by what? 30 points. Aren't we special? Really, Doc? How much longer am I going to live? You better remember what I'm about to tell you. Did you know before they put the first cholesterol-lowering drug on the market, they already knew the facts? The facts are that the same number of people were having heart attacks and strokes with low cholesterol as those were with high cholesterol. You heard me right. Did you know after all these years of putting people on cholesterol-lowering drugs, you cannot show me any proof that they've reduced the number of heart attacks and strokes percentage-wise in America? Oh, it's a good drug, all right. It's good for the pharmaceutical industry to make a bunch of money. They mark that garbage up anywhere from 10,000 times to 40,000 times, and they get away with it. Why? Well, it's under patent. And that's why they're prescribing the drugs. They're making so much fortunes off it. Remember, too, went to a TV station, talked to the owner. He says, you know, it's interesting what you've been telling me about cholesterol and drugs. He said, 3 years ago, I had my blood work done, and here it is. And he showed it to me. He says, look at my cholesterol ranges. He said, they told me I'd have to be on a cholesterol-lowering drug because my cholesterol was fine. He said, Roy, I went the other day, 3 years later. He says, they did my blood work again. They come out and told me, you know, Jamie, you really do need to be on a cholesterol-lowering drug. He said, I looked at the numbers. They were the same. He said, why is it they want to put me on a cholesterol drug now, even though my numbers are the same as last time? I said, oh, it's easy, Jamie. I said, remember, when they first started prescribing cholesterol-lowering drugs, you had to have cholesterol above 250. Well, they didn't have enough people on those drugs, so what did they do? They lowered that. They said, well, you got to be, your cholesterol's got to be below 220. If it's above 220, we got to put you on cholesterol-lowering drug. They couldn't get enough people on it that way, so they lowered it to 200, then they lowered it to 180, then they lowered it to 150, and then to 130, and now they're telling you if anybody in your family, especially your mom or your dad's ever had a heart attack or a brother or sister, we got to get you below 100. And if you're diabetic, they definitely won't do that, don't they? That's all an insanity, y'all. They just keep lowering it not to keep you living longer because it has no proof that they help you live any longer at all or reduce your risk of heart attack or stroke hardly at all. Yet they're charging you these exorbitant prices and putting everybody on these drugs now because it is a money-making machine for the pharmaceutical industry. And don't you ever forget it. That's all it is. It just don't make sense. So, number one reason we can get on cholesterol-lowering drug gives you muscle-wasting disease, your heart's a muscle. Number two, we can get on it because it slowly poisons your liver. Did you know that since they put cholesterol drugs on the market, that liver disease and liver failure has gone up at a huge percentage, and yet they just keep ignoring it? You know why? Oh, well, we can treat that too. In other words, they put you on one drug, it creates a problem, so they put you on even more drugs. That's another way they make money off this garbage, too. So that's the second reason I wouldn't take it. The third reason, you need to remember this. Every single hormone in your body is manufactured from cholesterol. Even the myelin sheath in your brain is produced from cholesterol. Myelin is cholesterol. You see, all the circuitry in your body, all the nerves that run through your body, all the communication that runs through there is electrical. And just like an electric wire has an insulation around it so the electricity don't bleed off or you don't get shocked when you grab it, throughout your whole body, myelin surrounds all those nerves so that it can take the electrical circuitry from point A to point B without losing anything. Guess what? They've started checking the brains of Alzheimer's patients that have died, and their brains weigh less. They have less cholesterol. You see, the more cholesterol you got, the healthier your brain is, the sharper you are, the better you can think. So I want my brain to be fat. If anybody ever calls you a fathead, remember, that's a compliment. It really is. So third reason I wouldn't take cholesterol-lowering drug, it absolutely is going to possibly result in some really ugly side effects like Alzheimer's and that kind of thing. And remember this, all your hormones are manufactured from cholesterol. So when they lower your cholesterol, you stop producing hormones. That's why the men and women come to me all the time and say, Roy, I just don't have a sex drive anymore. I say, how long have you been on cholesterol-lowering drug? It's almost always 2 to 3 years. Their sex drive's gone. Why? Because the cholesterol is so important to other areas that it just slowly stops producing the hormones. So here we are, trying to teach people the truth, trying to get across to you why I personally wouldn't take a cholesterol-lowering drug. Of course, you got to make your own decisions, but I do believe the truth will set you free. And that's why I'm here talking to you about this stuff today. So what would I do? First thing I'd do is I'd shore up my entire cardiovascular system. You know why? Because when you don't get proper nutrition, the veins, arteries, and capillaries begin to deteriorate. You know why 98% of all blockages occur in the 10 inches of arteries in your heart? Well, now think about it. If the sticky cholesterol, the LDL cholesterol, was really the problem, which, by the way, is manufactured by your liver, and the reason it's manufactured is so if you've got cracked, bleeding arteries, it'll go in there and stop it up so you don't bleed to death. That's why your body produces that stuff. It serves a purpose. One of the most powerful antioxidants known to man is the LDL cholesterol, the stuff they call bad. It's not even bad. It serves a purpose. But here's my point. What they do is when they give you this drug, it stops your liver from producing the cholesterol. Now you become deficient of cholesterol. Now all these symptoms start coming up. So here's what you do. You shore up your cardiovascular system. There's a doctor right now who was able to reverse all heart disease in all of his patients by putting them on 38 nutrients. He proved it using the most expensive medical equipment in the world. And you know what he did? They kicked him out of the medical profession. And when we asked him why they was doing it to him, they said, don't you know we can't afford to cure heart disease? It's the second biggest money maker in the entire medical industry. That's the world we live in today. So what would you do if it's me? Well, folks, it's real simple. I'd be taking GATA because it gives the elasticity back to your veins, arteries, and capillaries. It's proven that it actually helps build collagen, and that's what gives them their elasticity. And I'd be taking heart, which are all the nutrients that doctor used to reverse heart disease in all his patients. But it's up to you. I'm here just to tell you the truth. Roy Williams here, Trivarin International. If you want to learn more about Trivarin, just go to trivarin.com. That's TRIVAREN.com. Or give us a call. We'll give you some free information right over the phone, send you some CDs. It's 877, toll-free number. I'm sorry, the toll-free number is 855-757-0451. That's 855-757-0451. Hey, until next time, may God bless you with abundant health.